Right, we're at Cardiff Gate Services on my way back from a job in Wales, and it's a pretty much typical, I suppose, early 1980s, late 70s redeveloped services with retail outlets. And here we have pretty generic planting, all non-native species, all at lowest possible care. That might be a native, that's an alder. There's a poorly birch there, and this is an ibis hotel. And over here, by this car, we have a field maple, and it's a big one, and it's multi-trunked with ivy, and it very likely predates the building of this place. So that's the view. Planting probably from the date that it was built or shortly thereafter. Those birches, but over here we have something that's totally different. We start on the left and work through to the right. I'll show you what we have, because this is a relic to a very much older landscape, an older land use. Another field maple here, ancient woodland indicator. Holly. Here we are. Very large tree indeed. And it's on a bank, and it's been coppiced probably many times, but not coppiced for a very long time. So it's a very large tree. Let's go through here. It's a security fence which divides off this area of vacant land. Like a dat. And we look up there, you can see the size of this. Now this is by no means the most remarkable tree here. We're not counting the hazel, which is a coppice stall, nor are we counting the oak. But if you walk through here, you'll see something that's extremely nice, and I suspect 99% of the people who come here just don't see. Excuse me. Now this is what we're looking at, this tree here. This is a small leaved lime. There's also large leaved lime and a hybrid lime, which is a hybrid between the two in the UK. But this one, it's an ancient woodland indicator, and it sets seed and grows successfully extremely rarely. And this is probably all one tree. And you can see it goes from here all the way through. It's been coppiced, it's been cut, again not for a very long time, and it sits on this big bank, and you can see here where the soil level is eroded down, and this is pretty resistant soil with all these lumps of old red sandstone in it. And you can see it up here. Isn't it nice? Beautiful. Stuck here next door to this with all sorts of services under here, in amongst the root systems, all this signage, including stuff like this, advertiser media, which has gone in relatively recently. And the question, of course, is, did it do a lot of damage? And over here, I've just seen, I've actually been in before, so I've been looking for this. In here, we got bluebells. There's also a couple of other ancient woodland indicators here, which are now long over, it being July. Such as wood anemone. So yeah, it's the story of this place. Next door, the lady with the spaniel is a recently cut field maple. We'll go and have a look at that when she disappears. And in here, someone's cared enough to do some planting. In its tube, of course you need a tube, don't you? Just have a tube if you're planting. And that's hawthorn. And over here, let's go and have a look at this tree here. We have a relatively recently felled, very, very large field maple. But over here, since I was last here, they've put in a drive-through, which I presume is supposed to be a drive-through. I presume that means you can drive through and get Kentucky Fried Chicken and burgers and shit without having to get out of your car, which you probably guess doesn't suit me. But over here there's a continuation of that rather nice boundary bank and hedge. There's that small leaf lime. See, it's this nice colour. That's because of the bracts and the seeds, which are just coming towards ripeness. Whether they're viable or not is a moot point. And you can see, again, that's a really nice big tree.